Exponential curves are well known to all mathematical students, and this particular curve in its simplest form should be very easy to draw, and yet I have seen countless of students not being able to draw this curve and not be able to get the full marks. The marks here are 2 just to sketch it. So what exactly do you need to get those 2 marks? Start with drawing the axes. At this level, you should be pretty well aware of what an exponential function looks like. As x keeps on increasing, the y values increase dramatically, and as x keeps on decreasing, it will decrease in value. The values will never be negative. They'll never enter the 3rd quadrant. In other words, the values will always decrease to 0 but never reach 0, which means that our x-axis is the asymptote, and we must show that when we draw the curve. So as we draw the curve, try to draw it as near the x-axis and keep it as level as you can to the x-axis. That sketch must start increasing slowly near the y-axis until it reaches the intercept. When it reaches positive values, it starts to increase quite suddenly. Now, it's important that you don't draw it let me just draw it correctly first of all. It keeps on going further up, and you must make sure that you show that there is no question that the curve approaches another asymptote. It is also important that do not allow the curve to touch the x-axis. So you would lose marks if your curve looked a bit like this, where it showed that there seemed to be a possible asymptote over here that you don't want to have, and also if that curve continued and touched the x-axis. Alright, that's for the shape. Now you also get a mark for the intercept, and that can be marked here as 1, or it can be marked as 0, 1 as a coordinate, and it has to be in the correct place. Notice that the axes do not need to be labeled, so that means you do not need to indicate the y intervals or the x intervals. And the last 2 marks involve solving 4 to the power of x equals to 100, giving it to 2 decimal places. So you need to show the method and the actual answer. The method I'll use is to solve the equation using log any base. So we have log 4 to the x is equal to log 100. Continue using the log laws, which will mean that we have log 4 is equal to log 100. This means, so this method will give you 1 mark, and the answer to it will give you, in decimals, will give you another mark. So x is equal to 3.32. Now I just want to make sure that you understand that you cannot change this to log 25, because this would be totally incorrect. So do not do that, okay? The answer to log 25 you'll find out is 1.40. So for a pretty simple question, this can have quite a number of pitfalls, and you might lose 4 marks. If you watch this video, you've probably benefited a lot, because knowing the marking system is really imperative. Now, if you want to have a look at any of my other YouTubes, you're welcome to it. There is a number of playlists with various mathematical themes, And if you find them useful, then please subscribe to my channel and you'll be notified of many more that are coming. Plus, give me a thumbs up.